Hello, and welcome to Beyond Books, where we talk about books and beyond. I'm your host. I'm Renee. Co-host is not here today. She's on vacation. Now, she's just outside taking a little break, so she's fine. I'm going to leave her right exactly where she is. She doesn't need to do a video right now, but I do. I'm going to do actually a tag video, even though it's not Tag Tuesday. I've been tagged with some great tags lately, and I want to make sure I kind of stay on top of them. So this is a little bonus tag here. The tag I'm going to do is called the Muppet Book Tag. I was tagged by Pat at Book Chat with Pat. This is an original tag that was created by Gareth at Book Songs and Other Magic. And I'll read you what Gareth has to say about his tag. He says, "This is my new tag, a Muppet-based tag. This is a chance to talk about books, but feel free to waffle about the Muppets too." A bunch of characters and a concept that is very, very dear to my heart. Jim Henson is literally my all-time hero. So this is a tag that is based around 10 characters with a prompt that goes alongside the personality of that character. And I think that's a great idea. The Muppets are adorable. They were a little bit before my time for me to appreciate them as a child, but I did appreciate them as a young adult through the eyes of my younger sister and other family members as well. So yeah, let's go with the prompts. We're going to start out with Kermit. And I love Kermit. He's just adorable. Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here. I just love him. So name a book. The prompt is, before I get into the prompt, actually, I'm going to quote a song that Kermit sings. It's an adorable song called The Rainbow Connection. And it starts out with, "Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me." So I love that. Very cute. And the prompt is to name a book with a great leader. So I can't resist injecting my opinion here. I just want to say it just came to mind when I heard that. It'll probably be an older book because we haven't seen a great leader for quite a while. And I'm particularly talking about here in the US. It seems that everyone is a disappointment in some way. So yeah, I just had to get that off my chest. But okay. Enough. I'm going to say for that, I'm going to pick the character of Bill Hodges from the Stephen King novels. There are 3 of them. This is the one that's right smack dab in the middle, Finders Keepers. But there are 3 of them that feature Bill Hodges. He's kind, he's ethical, and he's diligent. So yeah, I think he's someone that you can look up to. Number 2 is the character of Fozzie Bear. He's another cute one. Name a book that makes you laugh. And for this, I'm going to pick something that I've talked about several times on my channel, but definitely fits the prompt here, and that is the Tim Dorsey series. They are all about a serial killer who travels through Florida, and he gets himself involved in many challenging situations. I'm going to show you the book Triggerfish Twist because I think it's one of the funnier ones, but all are outstanding. If you like sick, sarcastic, and dark humor, you will like those with a little silly. They have a little silly thrown in, but yeah, those books always make me laugh. So number 3, the character for that is Animal. Animal was the drummer for the Muppet Band, and he would go crazy, and his hair would flop every which way. And the prompt is name a book that is unpredictable. And for that, I chose a book that I read a couple of months ago. It's called The Man Made of Smoke by Alex North. And for this book, just when you think you have it all figured out, you don't. This one will definitely keep you on your toes. So I really enjoyed it. Number 4, the characters for this are Statler and Waldorf. Now, I had to look them up. I wasn't remembering exactly who they were, but now that I read the description, yeah, I know who they are. It says they're a pair of Muppet characters from the sketch comedy television series, The Muppet Show, best known for their overly negative opinions and their tendency to heckle people. The two elderly gentlemen first appeared in The Muppet Show in 1975, where they consistently jeered the entirety of the cast and their performances from their box seats. So, yeah, I remember them. They kind of always reminded me of Siskel and Ebert. You know, they were always critical of things, and they both have that look that's just a little bit different from each other. So, yeah. But for that, I'm going to pick a book. The prompt is actually, I'm sorry, I was talking about the character. The prompt is actually name a book that had to win you over. So let's do that. That book to me would be The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie by Muriel Spark. Now, it's partially my fault, of course, for not really knowing much about this book before picking up and getting into it. But, you know, I mean, sometimes I just like to do that. Sometimes I kind of feel like the less I know about the book, well, okay, the more surprises I have, you know, in store for me. But I found that I did not like Jean Brodie, for one thing. And that made the book just a little bit difficult to relate to. But once I got kind of like the hang of the writing style, which is really different, and I could maybe step back a little bit from my negative feelings towards Miss Jean Brodie, I ended up actually liking the book very much. I actually think about this book fairly often. It's an interesting book, so I'm going to choose that for a book that had to win me over. For the 5th prompt, the character is Ernie, and it says name a character that is innocent or naive or both. And now for that, I chose from Leonard and Hungry Paul by Ronan Hession. I chose the character of Leonard. He's naive and innocent, but, you know, he's also just a very nice and likable and down-to-earth guy. Now, of the two characters, the two main characters, Leonard and Hungry Paul, I kind of took to Leonard a little bit more, but, you know, both have a lot of similarities in that way. So, yeah. Prompt number 6 is Gonzo the Great. Name a book that defies simple genre definitions. Now, Gonzo the Great, it says, is a Muppet character from the sketch comedy television series, The Muppet Show. See, I don't know The Muppet Show as well as what I know Sesame Street. My sister watched Sesame Street, so I know that one. He's known for his eccentric passion for stunt performance. Aside from his trademark enthusiasm for performance art, another defining trait of Gonzo is the ambiguity of his species. So we really don't know what kind of animal he is, which has become a running gag in the franchise. He has been considered to be of various origins, including a frackle. He could be a frackle. In his debut appearance in the Great Santa Claus Switch, an extraterrestrial in Muppets from Space, or an avian creature. And he does look bird-like. You know, he's got some type of a beak on him, for lack of a better term. And for that now, I said, so the prompt is name a book that defies simple genre definitions. I'm going to say anything by Frederick Bachman. I mean, I'm holding up a man called Uwe, but I've read several of his books, and I'd say that is true for any of them. If you look up the genres for these books, you know, it's just to me, it just seems like it's kind of word salad. They say, well, it's contemporary fiction, humor. Sure, but none of those really, hits the nail on the head to explain how emotional and thought-provoking and original and even funny at times with great characters, how, Bachman's books can just be like that. I mean, I know it's not a genre to say thought-provoking, but the genres just don't describe it well enough. And if I were to tell somebody about his books, those are more the kinds of terms that I would use. So number 7 is Dr. Bunsen Honeydew. And you better believe I had to look him up. He's also someone from the Muppet Show, and he is a bald, yellowish, green-skinned, bespectacled, lab-coated scientist who presented periodic science segments from Muppet Labs, where the future is being made today. So yeah, I kind of vaguely remember him. And for this prompt, I'm going to say that it would be almost anything by John Grisham, because the prompt is actually name a book with a great concept. But I think that is best depicted by The Confession. In that book, a man walks into a lawyer's office in Kansas and confesses to a horrific crime that happened in Texas many years previously, for which a man is already awaiting execution on death row. So Grisham has that way where the first chapter or two sets up a situation that leads just to so many questions. Who is this man? How does he know about this crime? Did he really commit this crime? Why is he confessing? Why is he confessing now? Why does the story not match, the story that convicted the original person that they think did it? What about him? Are they going to be able to, if it turns out that this man really did do the crime, are they going to be able to exonerate the other man? I mean, it just is, it makes for a great story. So Grisham does that, I think, really, really well. So number 8 is Dr. Teeth. And Dr. Teeth is one of the characters from the band, the Muppet Band that I had mentioned before, called the Electric Mayhem. And it says they're an American Muppet rock group that debuted in 1975 on the pilot for the television series The Muppet Show. They are the house band for The Muppet Show, with personalities and appearances inspired by prominent real-life rock music and jazz performers. So for Dr. Teeth, the prompt is name a character that lights up the scene and makes you smile. And for that, I chose Marcellus from Remarkably Bright Creatures. Now, he's, of course, the octopus who is very bright and gets out of his tank at night and forms a bond with the cleaning lady and actually plays a part in solving a mystery that involves her. So in the book, we're actually privy to Marcellus's thoughts, and we get to know him pretty well as a character in the story. So I thought that was really original, and yeah, it makes you smile to think about Marcellus. So number 9 is Rolf the dog. Yeah, and I was thinking about him. He's the kind of, I don't know, he's a spotted dog, I think, kind of big. And it says, name a character that's laid back and copes with the chaos around them. So for that, I chose the character in this book. His name is Kearney McCraven, and this is called The Proving Trail. It is by Louis L'Amour, and I read this recently. I don't know if I'd really necessarily call him laid back, but he definitely copes well with chaos. He's a very young man, but he's a quick draw who can also wait patiently when he needs to for the right time to, take his shot. He's very self-sufficient, and in the book, he's tracked by several groups of people who want to do away with him and steal the rights to his dad's property. But he manages to stay one step ahead, and he remains very cool even when he's backed into a corner. So yeah, Kieran McKierney Kearney McCraven from The Proving Trail, Louis L'Amour. So number 10, and the final one, did I miss something? Oh, okay, yeah, number 10, that is just the Muppets, all of the Muppets themselves. And it says to name a book with a great found family. So I'm going to choose The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. Here we meet a young girl who wants to find out more about her mom's passing and what the circumstances were surrounding her death. But what she finds is a wonderful community of women who care for each other and work together. And she learns kind of something new about love and ways to love and support each other. So this is a great book. It's very emotional, but it's very, very good. I highly recommend this one. So prompt number 11 is to simply tag others. And Gareth says this is a great way to celebrate reading and obviously to give a nod to these wonderful characters and the tsunami of positivity that Jim Henson gave to the world. I 100% agree with that. Positivity, joy, fun, music. Yeah, he brought it all. Good humor. The Muppets are great. So I hope you enjoyed the tag, even though it's not Tag Tuesday. I want to thank you all for watching. Sorry that the co-host was not here, but yeah, sometimes it's nice to have a break and just, do this on my own too. So I'm kind of glad in a way sometimes. Don't tell her. Take care and have a great day.